What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nick Magnet,
And I'm Cherie Magnet.
and this is Team
Team
Magnet
Magnet
TV.
TV.
Yeah. So today we got a pretty cool topic for you guys. We kind of talked about it briefly in a different video, but today we're just gonna kind of give you a brief kind of thought process, brainstorm, whatever you want to call it, on the show Black Lightning season one thus far. We're gonna give you our kind of cons and pros and what we think about the show and what we like so far, what we don't like so far. We're just going to give you kind of the scoop so you understand kind of what you're watching and things like that. So first thing I was going to give you all is a little bit of a synopsis of the Black Lightning TV show. So basically it's about a superhero character, and his name is Jefferson Pierce, and Jefferson is he has electricity powers basically, and the show centers around him and his family in Friedland, where he's trying to make it a better and a safer place, and his kids kind of get in the mix of that as well too, and he's conflicted because he also has a desire to be the principal of his school, but also be a superhero on the streets, and then some other things kind of come into conflict there as well too. So again, and as I say on other videos, I mean that's a brief synopsis you can get from anywhere. But there will be minor spoilers based off of the things that we say we do not like and we do like. So if you don't like this, just cut the video off right now. Just letting you know. That way you won't be spoiled about anything that you may or you may want to see kind of in the future before listening to this video. Um, so let's talk first about some stuff that we do like about the show and what we think. So, the first thing, and I'm pretty sure Cherie Magna will agree with me on this, is the tone of the show is the first plus.
Most definitely.
And it's like it focuses. It's kind of dark. It's kind of like how Arrow is. Arrow was kind of a dark show. It's a dark show as well too, as in like the tone, the characters, the way, the action and things like that. It addresses a lot of black issues that are going on, but it's not so heavy that it's frustrating, or to me it's not even like a cliche. Even they're real things that are actually going on, and it kind of puts a good perspective of this DC character, and how he basically is handling like those types of situations with having power. So that's what I would say would be the first thing. So
I think it is a pretty good show too. Like Nick Magnet was saying, like the tone of the show, like it's believable. It's not like one of those like things like sometimes you watch show and you're just like, okay, they're kind of like throwing like random stuff around, but they touched on a lot of different issues. Like they touched on like the whole team light skin, team dark skin type things. They touched on like a lot of different things like that. So I think that actually makes it like stand out a little bit more and be its own show. You can't really like compare it to anything else, which is nice too, because you know how sometimes you're like, oh, this is just like this show, but this is like Black Lightning's like its own thing, which is cool.
yeah, so yeah, that's the first thing that we basically would say. The second thing that we think is good about the show is Tobias Whale. Now, I think he's good because he's a good villain. I like the guy who they got to play him. The only difference between that and the comic, and this is for you people who are like, oh, the person in the show's got to be just like the comic. I'm just gonna kind of give you my 2 cents on that. There's no way that you're gonna get an albino black dude who is as big as how Tobias Will was in the comics. But this guy is, I mean, he's a bigger guy. He's not huge, but he's a bigger guy, and he's albino, and he fits that role perfectly. He has that like kind of like coolly evil demeanor, like where he's sociopathic, but he also still has a couple morals on his side as well too.
Right.
And I kind of like that, and I think it makes it for a dynamic character.
Right. I really want to see like where they're gonna take that to, like kind of going into like Tobias's like backstory a little bit more on how he became that. I hope they like kind of touch on that too, because I really like
A little
how
more.
yeah, a little bit more like how they like they teased it a little bit like with his like little childhood and stuff like that, with his father and his like sister and stuff like that. But I kind of want to see a little bit more of how he became who he became and type things like that. So I really like
Look at
what
my
they're
hair.
doing so far. I really like what they're doing so far, like with the villains. So I think they need to just keep that up. So
Yeah, so yeah, that was another pretty good thing. So the third thing that we have on our list basically is we like the personalities of the daughters. So to me, the reason why I say the personalities of the daughters or the characters that are from the daughters just in general is because I think about the characters Thunder and Lightning. The first time I ever saw Thunder and Lightning or even heard anything about them was in Teen Titans, and I think I may have said this before. And originally, like they were kind of opposing Robin and his squad. And initially, Thunder was a little bit more of the level-headed of the two brothers because they were brothers there. They didn't have a race really. They like I think Thunder was this kind of chubby blue dude, and Lightning was this really lanky, skinny yellow dude with like spiky hair. Anyway, so Thunder was a little bit more level-headed. Lightning was a little bit more free-spirited, and you can kind of see that in their personalities in the show. You see that in Anissa being a little bit more level-headed than Jennifer, basically. You see, Anissa's thing is like she's more of like an activist, and Jennifer is just trying to be just a regular girl, like trying to have her fun and stuff like that. And even when you watch Teen Titans, it was kind of similar. Like Thunder, thought he was doing what he was doing for a certain purpose, and then Lightning was trying to have his fun because he even kept saying, "Brother, like we're doing this because we're trying to have all of our fun." He said that all throughout Teen Titans. So I like that they kind of portrayed that in their personalities, and they made for characters that are showing a lot of depth and showing a lot of difference as well too. But the same differences that we've seen before, in previous shows and things like that. So yeah, I appreciate both those characters.
yeah, and I really like I like their powers, like especially. I mean, I know we haven't seen like the full dynamic of their powers yet, but even like the little things, like, especially like with Thunder, like her, like the way she go, like I'm just like. I just think it's really cool, and like her outfit, like her little outfit is cool too. I was like, okay, girl, I see you. So yeah,
I like her outfit, but I'm not gonna lie though. I was thinking it was gonna be blue because I when I think Thunder, I think like Thunder from Teen Titans, like
sense.
I said.
That makes sense.
Now,
but I think it fits the outfit.
Yeah,
fits her.
I mean, I think it's a cool outfit.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong; it's a
Yeah.
really cool outfit.
I like
just,
it.
if I would have seen it in blue, I'd been like, "Now that's Thunder right there." I still thought it was cool though. So I mean, it is what it is. So moving on to the next one, the action scenes are pretty cool. The fighting that between Jefferson and the thugs that capture his daughters in the beginning, that was cool. I mean, like I would say the fighting scene between him and his own daughter was cool, but Jefferson kind of got that ass whooped a little bit, so
Yeah.
But anyway, it was still good.
was a good fight.
I think that they the way that they do use their powers, I think that's pretty cool as well too, and I think that provides for some of the action, and I think what this show has shown is that they're not afraid to get down and dirty. They're not afraid to incapacitate. I don't want to say kill because I haven't really seen much death with the exception of the villains killing people off, like when they killed the Reverend. I don't know how they killed the Reverend. Why would you do that? But anyway, they killed the Reverend, and then I think Black Lightning, he's incapacitated a few folks. I mean, he was holding my man's up with his electricity. I mean, that's got to be one of the most morbid things I've ever seen. So that's what I'm saying. They're not willing to get dirty, and I like that.
That they are willing to get dirty.
That they are. My bad. You know what I meant.
Just saying.
You know what I
meant. I knew what you meant.
You know
Our
what
viewers
I meant.
may not know what you meant, so that's why I said it.
My bad.
Anyways, but yes, I definitely agree with Nick Magnet. First of all, I just love action shows and movies. That's one of the things I really look forward to when I'm watching shows and everything. So I think they did a really good job with the action. It keeps you entertained. It's not boring. It keeps us on your feet. So it's really cool how they do that. So yeah.
The next thing I would say that was a really good thing about Black Lightning is Jill Scott, who was playing Lady Eve. I think she really did a good job with that character. She made the character so cruel and sinister, and I mean she's sitting there having a normal conversation with Tobias, another cruel dude, who doesn't seem as cruel because of how cruel she is, and she's playing inside of an open body, and it's just what? Like,
it's cool too because you get to see like Jill Scott in the villain type role.
She's been in the villain role though, because remember in Law and Order SVU, she was like, you know.
But see, that's.
She was still pretty sinister there.
I mean, yeah, but like to have like a main role like thing, you know.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we get a chance to like see her in that type of role because normally like we've seen her in like other type of roles, so it's really cool to kind of see her like that and to have like these looks that she be giving. You be like, oh girl, wait a minute now. You get kind of scared for a second, like okay, Jill. Like I know Jill is like, was she from Philly?
Yeah, she's from Philly.
So she don't play.
I just like the character though. Like I think she embodies the character.
She really
well,
does. She does a really good job.
I mean, that's not to like, you know, just totally like push aside her acting abilities. I'm just saying like she embodied the character. So
she did a really good job.
So it made me you know, invested in, you know, that what all that character could kind of bring forth. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I think it was cool too, like how she, like you said, like when she was sitting there, like, you know, pretty much stabbing his body, have a sip of competition, and
like
she's
casually.
But the thing is like this chick like don't even got like no like, you know, gear on to put to do that. So she has like on her like her jewelry, her like, you know, she has her little outfit on. I'm looking like, so you don't even care if blood like get on you? Like
she did that like it was a regular routine, like she be showering.
She was like cutting some meat up or something, like she
like it's like a regular daily routine.
I'm like, okay,
cut some bodies up at 2:00. But anyway,
I'm like, Jill, you ain't scared like that some of the blood gonna get on you or something?
Right.
I guess you just don't care.
Right.
I mean, what is she? She was like in charge of like the funeral home or something like that. So
I guess so. I'm telling you, she checked that off her planner because she probably do that every day. But
like, wow, okay.
I mean, the way she was doing it. But anyway,
okay, Jill.
Anyway, the
don't mess with her. Don't get on her bad side.
That's how it made me feel. So basically, let's talk about some. You know, those are the things that we liked. And, you know, those are the things that are kind of drawing us in and making the show more interesting. Now, let's talk about, you know, some of the things that we don't like about Black Lightning so far. The first thing, and I think this is the biggest thing, honestly, is the suit. That suit is awful, that Jefferson is wearing. I mean, it looks so cumbersome.
I just don't understand how he can breathe. It really bothers me.
It looks cumbersome.
Me. Well, this is the thing, too.
He looks pregnant. In the promo picture, he looks pregnant.
This is the thing.
He's about to give birth.
I guess for Black Lightning, because I really didn't know much about the comics before I even seen this show. So I guess when I was hearing of Black Lightning, I was thinking like his suit or something might have been black. Because I'm like, my thing is, people can see you. If you on a roof and you got that suit on, I can see you. Like, you ain't invisible. It ain't like you, like, got a black suit on or something, and then maybe got some, like blue lightning or whatever it is on your suit. No, you over here, you bright, and I can see you. Like, I'm looking like, dude, we can see you up on the roof.
His suit looks ridiculous to me. There's no way around
I don't understand.
The lightning bolts don't even look like lightning bolts.
They don't. It's just irritating.
Yeah, I don't like the suit design. I thought they could have done a way better job.
I agree. I would have wanted it to be, like, black and look completely different, but I just don't understand. And it's too bright. Like, how you gonna be good? You going out and fighting that night, everybody can see you. What?
I just think the suit's ugly. I mean, that's just the bottom line. The suit ugly.
I mean, yeah, that too. But change the color. Change how it looks.
Change the whole thing.
Throw the whole suit away and start over.
That's what I think. Just start a whole new design.
Just do the whole thing over.
Yeah, like do something like the Flash, like get an all black suit with a blue lightning bolt or something.
Bam, there we go.
That's the end of it. But anyway, so second thing that we don't like, and this is something that I feel is going to be debatable for anybody who watches the show. Personally, I didn't like it. Is I don't like the fact that I feel like they're giving Lightning her powers a little too soon. I mean, think about it. Where we just learned how Jefferson kind of got his powers. Mm-hmm. There's still things that we probably don't even know about his powers, really.
Right.
We got used to, finally, Anissa's powers. We were like, okay. I mean, sure, they showed that kind of early as well, too, but we're not going to trip about that because they did kind of slowly lead into her coming to this realization that, oh, I have powers and, oh, I can do something with them. So I'm not going to trip about that. Although at first I was like, y'all showing that too soon. I mean, she breaking sinks out here and stuff. So, I mean,
yeah.
But I think that they're showing Lightning's powers a little bit too soon. Personally, I think that they should have either saved that for the season finale of season 1 or showed it in season 2. Most likely the season finale or like the tail end of season 1. I just think the fact that they're doing this whole thing now, this is a storyline that they could have saved for later and could have made it like juicy, kind of like going forward. But they just want, I guess they wanted to introduce you to the series cast and things like that. So,
and I guess they want to make sure that they like show a little bit of everything, and that's cool and everything. But I mean, I do agree. I feel like they could have waited to show her powers, and I didn't like how they like kind of revealed it. It was kind of just like, I like the build up of like Anissa's, like hers, like she like broke the sink, and then she was out in like the little junkyard or whatever. She was out there like kicking stuff and realized that she was like really, and it's like, you know, that it was like a build up. With Jennifer, it wasn't really like a build up. It was more so like she had a thing with the phone, and then she's like, "Oh, I did this to my phone," and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, you have powers, and you're just like Dad, and you're just like me, and oh yeah, Dad's black like me." And it's like, girl, really? Like, you just hit her with a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I just didn't like the way that they like did it in telling her. Like, it was just like kind of wrong. She was like, "I don't want powers. I don't want this." Like, so I feel like if it was more of a build up, maybe she would have started to like accept the fact that she has powers. But you just slam somebody all at once with that, they're like, "I don't want that."
Yeah, they didn't want to deal with it.
So right. I really think they could have like built it up more. Like, even if they showed a little bit and then just do like, you know, maybe don't talk about it for another episode or two, and then, you know, kind of just do something like that. And then season 2, we can really see like her like with her powers and stuff like that. But I'm like, I don't get
right. We should have been able to get used to the character. I mean, we just got used to realizing that this is old girl from House of Pain. Like, we just got done realizing that this is old girl grown up. I mean, we couldn't get past that. Now we have to see her have powers.
Well, this is my thing. We already knew that Jennifer's going to be a beast because she took down 2 girls that were trying to jump her at the skating rink. So we already knew she was going to be a beast.
They should have just left it at that, because at least they could have just built up off of that.
They could have just built up off of that. The fact that she was just, you know, she could handle her own, which was good.
That's what I'm saying.
She didn't really need no powers right now.
We're still trying to get past Little Jazzy. She was still Little Jazzy off of House of Pain. I'm telling you, that's who she was originally. Now we're trying to get used to her as Jennifer. You feel me?
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Anyway, so the next thing that I think is kind of weird, some of you all may like it, particularly I'm not a fan of it just because I'm trying to understand it, or the confusion about the Lala scenes. Now, to me, like, him being resurrected and coming back, I don't think that was very well explained. I don't know if that's on purpose. But to me, it's not making sense for the story, because Lala was treated as so insignificant, because he was killed off. So I mean, sure, he killed my man's, but like, you know, he's killed off.
Old girl.
And like, you know, the mama. But I think that for what it's worth, that when Tobias killed him off, they made him seem like he was so insignificant, that he was gone.
Wasn't even about none.
And then they just resurrected him, and then Tobias is not there, and then Lady Eve is supposedly just not alive or not there or whatever.
But then Lala is like a beast.
But then Lala is all of a sudden a beast,
and he's back alive, but nobody knows why he's alive.
It to me, something about that just I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I mean, like, they're trying to make him a little tattoo man wannabe. I mean, he got, you know, tattoos of people he killed. He's in the shower with old girl who he killed and stuff like that. I'm like, what the hell is this?
That was just really I'm just weird.
Like, I mean, like, I could get on board if it made a little more sense, but it just don't make sense to me.
I think, too, what they could have done is, like, maybe showed the person that brought him back to life, like, especially in like that what was that, maybe like a hotel or motel scene or whatever it was, where he actually like woke up. If they would have like showed somebody there, like, and they like kind of sit in the chair like, oh, you know, welcome back, or something. They kind of just like left it like open, and the fact that we didn't even see it for like the next episode after that, I think that was like towards the tail end of one of the episodes, and then we had a whole nother episode, and it was like him like trying to like, you know, do the whole drug things and stuff like that and put stuff on the market. But it's like, okay, so you still didn't explain who brought him back and why is he back here? Is he gonna try to get revenge for old dude that like killed him, which was Tobias? It like, is he trying to like what is the whole purpose, and who brought him back? Why did they bring him back? And what is he about to do now that he's back? Because clearly he don't care about his family, because he gave his mama's address up like it wasn't about nothing.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, the only theory that I can think, and this is like a real far stretch, and I think anybody who sees this could potentially disagree with what I'm saying again. The only thing I could see is that maybe like Tobias has something to do with this. And the reason why, and I think it could be, end up being a conflict between them. The reason why I feel like this could be Tobias is doing is because if you remember correctly, when he had threatened Lala, I remember he had put that little hook thing into his body, and he kept shanking him over, and he was like, "Do you believe in the resurrection, Latavius?" Remember he kept saying that. To me, I feel like the only thing I can think is that in that hook or something like that, something was put into Lala, and then he got resurrected somehow because remember Tobias asked him, did he believe in the resurrection?
I forgot about that.
So so to me, I feel like Tobias is the only one I can think of that potentially had that, and the only conflict I could see is Tobias and Lala finally meet, and they're about to face off, and then Tobias says something witty like, "Well, Latavius, although I killed you, I also did that with the intention to resurrect you to be a newly formed being," and then that ends up not having Latavius kill Tobias because of the fact that he realizes that he resurrected him to be a stronger being. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
Or it could be Lady Eve too, because Eve does work at a funeral home, and she was like putting whatever she was into those bodies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, she may have know some type of way to bring people back to life too, and because Tobias was trying to kill her or whatever, she could be trying to bring him back to life so they could team up to go against Tobias. So it could be a combination of both of them. But I'm like, I kind of want to know, but I think maybe they want to save that, and that's cool. It's just like I'm just trying to still figure out what's going on and why is he here and what is he about to do now that he's back, and why does he keep seeing these people that he killed and they keep having conversations. He's like engaging in conversation with them, like what's going on with that. And even when
they be thinking he crazy,
right? Even when old dude shot him, why did he not get affected by the bullet? Where'd the bullet go? Because clearly he shot this dude, but it didn't go through him. It didn't do nothing. So and he didn't even know that was gonna happen. So now he ain't even scared to die because he already done died before. So I'm just excited to kind of see what's about to happen.
Yeah, I just wish it was done differently. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I think they could have explained that a little bit better. Even if they did a little flashback or something, just so we kind of can see a little bit.
So I'm like, why the hell he coming back?
Because it doesn't make sense. Because we just thinking oh, they killed him off, whatever. Now it's he back and he's the big man.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, Lala.
Right. Your name's Lala, dude. Your name's Lala. You better off calling yourself Latavius.
I feel like that sounds more of a threat than Lala.
Lala.
Call me Lala.
I'm like, please. Anyway, so going back, so let's talk about the fourth thing. This is a personal one for me. I don't know. I just feel like we should have got Static Shock instead of Black Lightning. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm okay that we got Black Lightning, but I kind of wanted to see superhero Static Shock. You know that little theme song?
No, but
well,
I never really watched Static Shock.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, it was a cartoon.
This is him all by himself on this one.
Right. Is that?
I have no idea.
It was a cartoon back in the day. On the WB. It used to be a DC basically TV show. I think they ended up trading it. I don't know if it was to Warner Brothers or if it was a different company. That I'm not exactly sure about. I'll get back to you all on that. But as far as I know, it was very popular amongst people. I myself watched it. A lot of my friends watched it as well too. I think seeing that cartoon, it would have been cool to see, that character embodied, as well too, because we would have still got, that black superhero dynamic. We would have got some cool characters. There could have been some crossovers. I know everybody's been waiting for Batman in the Arrowverse, and I mean, mind you, Black Lightning has worked with Batman actually. Even in the comics, he's he kind of works alongside of him and stuff like that. But Like if you ever watch Static Shock, like Batman, I think Beyond actually like crosses over, and Batman crosses over, and in the actual little thing, you get to see him, and you get to see Static Shock fight the Joker, and he actually beat the Joker too, which is like crazy because Batman barely can, and when he does, the Joker's still laughing. Anyway, point is that I want to see Static Shock because he's a cool character, and I think that because I was so attached to that character and that cartoon, I don't know, seeing Black Lightning, I'm like, I feel like we got the great value Static Shock. That's just how I feel. I feel like we got great value Static Shock. You know how you know, like when you go to Walmart, you get the
Great value ain't bad, actually. I like
that's
some
true.
Great value
That's
stuff.
true. That's true. But my point is, we got
sometimes great value better than the other stuff.
You're right, but I mean that as in we got a cheaper version.
Well, see, I can't really agree or disagree with you on that because I've never really seen Static Shock. I like what I'm seeing.
Superhero Static Shock.
Okay, you singing the songs.
Superhero Static.
Okay. Anyways.
Anyway.
So on to the next one. The final one that we have.
Yeah, his ex-wife. Yeah, I can't stand her.
Oh, she
like
got
throw the whole ex-wife away.
She gotta go.
Throw the whole ex-wife away.
I feel like she's starting to get a little, if you can see that, a little bit better. My fingers are almost touching right now.
Let's help them touch. That's how I feel about her.
Well, only reason why I say she's getting a little bit better is because now that her daughter and now daughters have powers, now I feel like she's a little bit more understanding of Jefferson. But I'm still irritated by her. She be trying to like do this whole flirting thing, and I just want to throw up. I'm just like, girl, stop. Don't try to flirt with Jefferson. Like, why are you trying to flirt now? You weren't trying to do that stuff before when your daughters didn't have power. Now all of a sudden you be like, oh, I don't look at me. Girl, go somewhere.
The only part that really, that irritates me too. Not the only part. The main part that irritates me about her is the fact that she's so mean to Jefferson when he calls her for help. That's the part that makes me mad, is because
what was it, the part when she was talking about his dad?
Like he's gone. You just need to accept it. I'm like,
seriously?
If there was ever a time where I got a free card to punch a woman in the face, if she would be the first on the list.
I just can't stand it. I called it. I said this in one of the other videos. I called it. I said when the first episode hit, she was going to be irritated. And she sure enough was. And I knew it.
Irritating.
I said, whatever. Irritating.
But I was just telling you it's different. So, as you said earlier, the audience, so they would know.
Anyways.
I'm just saying.
Like I said, I knew she was going to be irritating. I knew she was going to get on my nerves. And she been getting on my nerves since the first episode. I called it. I knew it. I said, you know what? I feel like she about to be a problem. And she sure enough was with a little hating self. But how you going to be sitting there hating? Because Jefferson's, the assistant principal over here feeling Jefferson or whatever. She's like, oh, she's over there smiling. And all of a sudden, you up here kind of call her names and stuff. Like, girl, boo, get up out of here.
Yeah, she was.
Sorry, I got a little worked up. Gotta bring it back. But yeah, she needs to go.
Anyway, so that's kind of what we're thinking so far about Black Lightning as a series so far for season 1. Those are our thoughts. So those are like, the pros and the cons and things like that. So, there's going to be a lot of more videos to come. We'll talk about Black Lightning. Like I said, we're going to talk about a lot of other shows.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be another video that's going to be, that I think actually just came out. And that video is going to be talking about kind of how we're ranking all of the DC TV shows. Soon is going to be a video where we're talking about Jessica Jones and our thoughts on it so far, getting through a little bit more than half of the season, and what we think about it. Right. So and there'll be a lot more to come other than that too as well.
Oh yeah,
and the
some
comic,
movie ones coming out too, with other like the big movies coming out.
Yeah,
so
in the comic world,
tuned.
yeah. But anyway, if you were watching this video and you liked what you saw and you want to see a lot more and you want to see those videos I was talking about before, please click the subscribe button.
Subscribe. I think it's right here.
Somewhere over there.
Over there.
Yeah,
you know where the button at.
Yeah. Anyway.
So please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on anything that we have. And thank you for watching.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye guys. Woo.